bullshit happening. There's always some bullshit happening. I got interviews lined up, Lou.
Interview.
And I interviews lined up for the next month because
You set me up over here with the remote?
it's always set up. All you gotta do is look for it.
But I gotta look.
Well, Lou, we've been doing this for quite some time now.
How long?
I don't want to say because the people might think we, but what I'm saying is, first of all, you're not even in the place you're supposed to be.
What do you mean?
Oh my God, you made me get into the thing with the Ku Klux Klan look.
What do you mean? I don't even understand what you're saying.
Look how easy. Look how easy you got it. When you come here, Lou, to the studio, everything is set up. Salud. Can we make this podcast good?
Yo, Chris, you know what?
I'm getting tired of carrying you, Lewis.
You ever heard that expression, playing down to your competition?
Playing down to my competition. Yes, I have heard that. Just sparkling water.
Very refreshing.
Really?
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
It has your favorite fruit.
It is. It is. Wow. You see how the DL you should. Now if I say it, Chris.
But you should. It's clever.
No, it's super clever.
Nobody knows.
No.
Why don't you just put the glasses on?
Tom Ford. This is just for appearance.
You ready?
Am I right? You born ready? I stay ready, no.
I do what I want. That would have jumped on the mic. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Breeze Shooters. I'm your host, Lou, joined by my very good friend, Chris.
Yes, sir.
We're the podcast that brings you news, sports, poker, and everything in between. Thank you for joining us again. What's up, Chris?
What's up? This funny stuff going on. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about. We'll get into it later, but have you heard about Tyson getting emotional on his podcast?
Mike Tyson getting emotional on his podcast, really? Why don't we start there? I didn't see it, but you could talk me through it. We could,
I need 8 seconds.
Oh.
No. I can talk about it. He basically he was interviewing. He got a podcast called Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
That's what it's called?
It's called Hot Boxing.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get to
it. It has
that.
what do you call that? A double entendre.
Double entendre.
It has a meaning, but another meaning. Hot boxing because he likes to smoke weed, but he was a boxer.
What?
See, that's the double meaning shit. Wordplay. I know. That's why I have to break it down. For you and for I'm pretty sure other people, But
oh God.
That being said, he's interviewing. He has Sugar Ray Leonard, the great Sugar Ray Leonard, on his podcast, and he got so emotional because he says he feels he's dead inside.
With Tyson?
Without boxing. But he's such afraid. He doesn't like that person. He doesn't like Iron Mike Tyson. He doesn't like what he was back then. And he's afraid that if he lets it come back in, all hell is gonna come with it. He got very emotional. I felt a little bit sad for him,
But you know what though? I mean, the two could coexist. He's not gonna continue to fight. He's too old to fight, but he could train and still get that same feeling.
Think about something, Lou. If I ask you to make a list of Mike Tyson doing something wrong in the ring, and the first thing that comes up is Holyfield's ear, or no, in the ring.
In the ring.
Okay. Compared to the stuff he's done outside the ring.
Because of the boxing?
No.
We're talking during the span of his career post boxing.
No. During the span of his career, because that's what he focuses on. During the span of his career, he did a lot more crazy shit outside the ring than inside the ring.
Exactly. Well, listen.
So you can't. I don't know if him as a person, the type of person that he is, I don't know. And if he's saying, I don't want this guy, I don't want that person to come back, He knows. Nobody knows you better than yourself.
But this is the thing, though. He's a lot mature now. He doesn't have the same amount of money he had back then. It was different. And yo, he was bigger than life, and there wasn't even social media, Chris. Everybody knew who the fuck he was.
But that's the thing, Lou. You think money has to do with me wilding out?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nobody tells you no, Chris. Nobody told Mike Tyson no because he had all that money.
Okay.
All that money.
That I understand. But okay. So now you're depending on other people to tell you that's wrong.
Well,
don't do that.
No. But the thing is, it's like a little kid. I'm gonna try to get away with as much as I can
until somebody tells me.
And that's how Mike was.
I don't know, man. It's just. I guess I understand where he's coming from, in the sense of that person that Mike Tyson was an animal. What does that mean? You know what's funny?
Yeah, exactly.
It almost,
the level of incompetence that I have to endure every week.
It was this close, man. It was this fucking close, man. Damn it.
Chris, I've been putting the fix on now. Now I turn that off so you don't fuck with me. And you know what? The intro's supposed to be after this. What's up, everybody?
Oh, that's right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So we're just gonna go straight into it.
I want to apologize to our listeners.
Our new listeners.
New listeners.
We've seen the uptick. The
Yeah,
uptick is starting to grow.
Lou, you know, we always talking behind scenes on. You brought this up about 8 years ago, and I never followed. I never followed through, and you know, this is not. We can't even call this the morphine drip. It's going up. We've been at this for a few months. It's going up. It's gonna go up. You know why? Because people.
Let's not get crazy. It's just a tick.
It doesn't matter. It's going up. Yeah. What I'm saying is, people want to laugh. People want to enjoy themselves. People want to. I got a great. I'm gonna read it to you. I got a great message from somebody that also Pablito. Shout out, pa. Boricua shit. You don't know about
He's
this.
from the Isla?
He's not from the Isla, but he's Puerto Rican.
New York Rican like me?
He's a New York. He's a New York Rican.
He's a New York Rican like me?
So he goes, you have great radio personality. Great job on your podcast. And I've heard people say that we got chemistry. They don't understand that I carry the load and this shit. But it is what it is. It's a team effort. You know, you know how it is. It's a team effort.
You want to hear some? Want to hear some of my text?
Let's go right ahead. Go right ahead. You're gonna get hate love.
They're like, Lou, how the fuck you deal with that guy? That's one text.
Oh, this is true story?
These are true stories.
Can you tell me?
Whoa, I can't. The names must be protected. Lou.
Protected from me?
Is that Chris Soto? He owes me $6 from Fort Hamilton High School. Tell that motherfucker I'm gonna get him. Yo, Chris.
Oh, shit.
People got hate for you, man.
You know what it is? Hate, to me, hate transfers into love. I'm in that point of my life. And wait till I'm going to do something, and it's going to happen this year.
What's that?
I don't want to say it. But I am going to, we have spoken about it. You just don't remember right now. We've spoken about it with our ex-employee, Will. He says he has to, I haven't even spoken to him. I'm disgusted.
I was actually at a party with him over the weekend.
How does he look? He looks okay?
He tried to tell me that the reason why he departed from the show is because he had surgery. He had surgery in his arm, so he was prepping himself for the surgery.
That's what he told you?
Yeah, so it was legit. He had a sling, but at a certain point at the party, the sling was gone, and the hand was up in the air. He was dancing. I said, must not be that bad. He goes, oh no, painkillers. Sick.
So yeah, I'm gonna embark in an adventure that's gonna I'm a humble human being.
You think so?
110%.
You know the key to knowing whether or not you're humble is usually when somebody else tells you.
Oh, so people tell me all the time. That's why I'm able to say it out to you.
Can you give me some names, some references?
They have to be protected. I'm embarking that sometime in 2020.
Okay.
It's I'm a little bit scared of the process, but I think it's gonna bring so much enlightenment spiritually to me.
Listen, I'm all here for you. If you want to do a sex change, you got my support.
I'm not. I think people like me the way I am.
You think so?
Yeah. You know how disgusting I would look as a woman. I'll be sexy, but not.
There's a fetish for everybody. So what's going on, man? How's everything? What you been up to?
Everything is good. Birthday shout outs. March 1st, my brother, my right hand man, my little brother, the man of the house, Samil, I love you, te amo, mucho más.
Samir, mucho gusto, bendición, y que lo pase bien. Salud.
Yo, I'm super proud of you, Luis. I see you taking it seriously now. And my oldest baby, Michelle, I love you, March 2nd. God bless you, many more. You know I'm here. I love you. My oldest.
My oldest
daughter. My oldest daughter. Yes.
That's Texas.
No.
I get Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Texas is kidney shot.
Kidney shot. That's why I like it because you can take a good shot.
Boom. Shout out to Teresa.
Oh yeah, Teresa. Happy belated birthday.
Yes.
The big 7-0. So.
7-0, wow.
7-0, yeah. It was a Narcos event, man.
No, that's right. Look, that
party was nice.
I saw the videos and I said, yo.
So let me tell you about the Silver Fox.
Yeah.
So he calls me. Well, actually, my wife calls me. They're like, I need you to meet my dad because he has to give you something. They don't tell me nothing. I'm always in the dark and everything.
Okay.
So I'm on 4th Avenue. Everything's when you do it like a Doris, everything's on a need to know basis. The less you know, the better. But if you don't know enough, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So anyway, I'm playing my position. I'm in the car waiting. And he's texting me. He goes, hey, where you at? I said, I'm on 4th Avenue and 8th Street. He goes, all right, I'm gonna drive up right now. He drives up. I lower my window. All that comes through my car is a black bag, right? Boom. And he goes, quick, leave. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, obviously, I open the bag. I open it up, and there's a wad of money. It's like a fucking little brick of money.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, yo, what the fuck do I do? First thing I do, I look out my mirrors.
What did I get into?
Where's the gun? So I take off, and I'm calling my wife and say, yo, what the fuck you got me involved in? She goes, oh, no, you know, my dad, he's crazy. That's the money for the hall. I said, why the fuck is he giving it to me like it's a transaction? Yo, I felt so awkward. I didn't know what the fuck to do.
I thought you sent me a picture.
I said Narcos.
I thought you got it from the internet or something. I didn't think you.
No, that was a real bag with rubber bands around the money.
I saw it.
Shit,
and I saw some white residue around there.
Hey,
no questions asked.
Silver Fox, he self-medicates. Yo, so what do you want to get into, Chris? We got 4 things we can talk about. Coronavirus is serious.
Still?
Well, the only reason I bring up the coronavirus is because, I think the second case has hit New York City. A guy in Westchester, a lawyer. He has, he was diagnosed and he's positive. So what do you think? Shit's gonna hit the fan? I mean, I see everybody in Brooklyn now with the mask.
Well,
I see a lot of people with the fucking mask.
I don't think the mask.
No, the mask doesn't do anything for you. It's only good if you're sick and you don't want your germs and stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you something, Lou. I think this is all bullshit.
there's conspiracy theories out there that are saying that. But
think,
first of all, this is a man-made thing. I'm hearing.
Everything is man-made, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm getting flashbacks of the Ebola scare,
the Zika virus and all those things.
Zika, but the Ebola was a little bit more. The Ebola thing that I think it reached Houston or somewhere in Texas. One guy, and it's always something about something to distract us from something more serious.
And look what's happening now. Super Tuesday's next week, right?
There you go.
So you got the elections going.
So Corona. I'm not gonna lie to you. I read up on it. They say that because you know another thing that I found out was that some of the people that have passed away in the states or near the states, they had an autoimmune disease or they had other type of, and the corona just
took it over. And I heard a lot of those cases they were elderly folks.
Yeah,
so their immune system wasn't
strong
to
enough.
Take that on.
I heard another thing. Now mind you, I don't know if this is. I'm not a doctor. I might look like one. I might work like one because I'm always on call. But Nero. But I also heard that the influenza kills more people than people have had more of the flu in the United States than the coronavirus has taken lives already. So it's just take precautionary measures. Wash your hands. I'm a person. I'm always you see me. I'm always touching my. So I'm constantly OCD. I wash my hands regardless. I'm always washing my hands. So when you use these public restrooms and stuff like that, just make sure you wash your hands. Don't use that. That's not good. That's no good. Yeah, don't use. That's no good. That's counterproductive. Because it actually, the alcohol. There's something with the alcohol that basically exposes you easier to the. Is it true about the black people not being immune to it? I don't understand.
This is the first time hearing it.
Really? I've seen a couple of memes. I'm not saying that the memes were news, but I heard that.
You one of those guys? I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I read that doctors have confirmed or something that African skin is immune to. But I think the coronavirus is viral, right?
It's a droplet, so like coughing, sneezing, things of that nature. That's how you can make it makes contact. So that's why they're telling you have to be extra cautious. Like if you're coughing, sneezing, cover up. If you're not feeling.
The other day I walked down 8th Avenue just for shits and giggles.
Yo, so funny shit. I'm at work, right, and this Filipino guy. We're talking about the coronavirus. And it was me. It's me, a Filipino guy, and a Russian guy.
Okay.
And we had some great conversations because these guys, they're immigrants, so their thought process is a little different. The Russian guy, of course, is like, these guys are pussies.
Exactly.
So then he went on a tirade to talk about. He says, "Yo," he goes, "These guys are fucking eating bats and rats. That's the problem." So the Philippine guy goes, that's fucking bullshit. I ate bats my whole life. No fucking coronavirus. Yo, I was on the floor crying. But the thing is, he goes, this is fucking Americans. Yeah. Then they went down the whole conspiracy.
Yeah, of course.
He goes, you gotta look at the time like that. But, and the reason why I brought up the coronavirus is because I say, A, it's getting serious because I'm starting to see big companies now. What they're doing is they're changing business in terms of international companies that have employees that come in and out of New York and then go elsewhere. They're stopping that. And a lot of stuff is being video conferences instead of people actually coming in person. The movie 007 is due to come out this month. They're talking about, they're holding it up. They're talking about they're going to release it in the summertime. So there's a little fear that's building up here. And I think what's going to happen is that you're going to see more aggressive actions. Like I can see people that could telecommute with their workers to tell them, hey, work at home, don't come into the office. Just until I guess they get a grip on this, because this is the problem with the coronavirus, Chris. They don't know, they don't have a cure for it. they really don't have a grasp of how to treat it. I think they're going back and forth on the testing procedures. It's not a clear cut testing procedure. There's screening, but screening is not as involved as an actual, I guess, a blood sample would be to see if it's really in your system. So there's a lot of unknown, and that's the thing. There's a lot of unknown. You have a big city like New York where you have a lot of people come in and out. I think shit's gonna hit the fan. Well, I hope it doesn't, but I think it's gonna get a little crazy. Because listen, with the Zika virus, it only hit Texas, and there was one case.
No. The Zika virus, in Puerto Rico.
Was that the Zika virus, the black eye?
No, that's Ebola.
The Ebola, I'm sorry,
Ebola. The Zika virus is transmitted through the mosquito.
That's scary because it's hard to control.
It's a mosquito, and listen, in Puerto Rico, there was this virus. It's still out there. So what they tell people is don't have open containers with water because that's how they breed and that's how and you can tell the mosquito.
Which is crazy in Puerto Rico because everybody has open containers, especially on the roof. When you hold the waters, those containers to catch the water.
Even to a point where you know how you walk down the street and it rains, a little puddle.
Yeah.
If a puddle's there for quite, that's how they. So in Puerto Rico, the Zika was a big thing. Before the Zika, it was el dengue. Dengue.
Sounds like a dengue.
I'm a little bit upset because I could.
You don't know.
I should be able to translate to what, but it's basically another type of Zika. It's transmitted with a mosquito. It fuck up your platelets. Platelets or plate? That's how they.
Really, your blood platelets.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that's what the Zika does. That's what the dengue does. So basically,
all that shit. I'm sorry. All that shit stems from like the rainforest, like a lot of those mosquitoes in there.
Honestly, basically, I'd be lying to you if I told you I did some research. But the only thing that I've heard no, this is more serious. I lived in the rainforest for 17 days too.
I'll give you credit because you're consistent with the day. Normally when you tell me stories, you start adding days, and like it gets crazy. But you still 17 so far. That's good. That's good.
So.
I think you owe me $17. That's why.
It's always gonna be a significant number. But with that, they would tell you. First of all, with the dengue, if you get it on time, most of the people would, they'll give you the treatment that you need, the fluids or whatever that you need to combat that thing. It gets to a point where they ask for blood donors because it's fucking with your platelets. Also, it's just...
More people dying of this shit though?
Yeah, a few people died. Kids, unfortunately, with a weaker immune system. Older people. But it was a simple fix, apparently. Don't leave no stored water. If you see that in front of your house, there's a hubcap, and it rained, and the hubcap stay water. Those bird feeds. No, stop all that, cause it's Have you ever I got a fountain in my because it's part of my zen in my house, and that's continuously running, so it doesn't allow that green mold and that black mold, the algae to build, and that's where all this comes from. If you ask me, that's what I took out of any open containers, any stored water. Just make sure you drain everything. Tires. That was a big thing in Puerto Rico because people throw away tires and let's throw it away here, and then we're in a tropical island. It rains almost every day. Excuse me. The water
starts to accumulate.
The mosquito gets in there. The difference between the mosquito and the Zika and the dengue mosquito compared to the regular mosquito is that, see, a regular mosquito, it has, regular sized legs. The Zika and the other one, their legs are long.
Oh, so you can spot those signs.
Long, and some of them are even striped.
Really? Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you say that. Last time I was in Puerto Rico, I remember I went swimming in the ocean and I was getting bitten up. Like, and the lifeguard gave me vinegar. He goes, nah. He goes, those are like little.
Meanness.
Yeah, they bite you.
Those are the worst.
Oh God.
No, but they don't. They could get you fat, but no, they those meanness.
Yeah, that's the second fat joke.
No, that's the first fat joke.
That's the second one. I'm gonna let it slide.
Yeah, but you told me a personal one that hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna say it because it.
But obviously, I didn't bring it to the airwaves.
Yeah, but mine's a subtle, little lovable jab at you. What you told me was hurtful.
You fat fuck. All right, so Flavor Flav.
Before I go to Flavor Flav, I want to, I want going back to the meanness, they bite like they're fucking pit bulls. Those little things.
Yo, and you need
the
beach.
beach.
You know what beats that? Vinegar.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the lifeguard gave me. He had a bottle of vinegar. He goes, take this, put it in your hand, and just rub it all over your body. Chris, I went in. They left me fuck alone.
No, but they bite you when you're out. They don't bite you when you're in.
No, for some reason I was getting bit in the water. No, everywhere. It was just.
Yeah.
It was Loquillo Beach.
It's Luquillo, not Loquillo. Luquillo, L-U.
All right, so Flavor Flav.
What's up? What happened with Flavor Flav, man?
He got fired from PE.
How the fuck you get fired? You're not even active.
That's what Flavor Flav said. So apparently Flavor Flav was on the Bernie Sanders trail. And so I guess the organization of PE said, hey, we're not involved in politics. We don't get involved with that because they don't want it to affect their brand and how they make money. So Flavor Flav said, how are you going to fire me? He goes, he said, Chuck D's not my boss. He goes, I'm a partner. He goes, people come to the show to see the flavor. So they're at odds right now. But apparently, I guess Chuck D and the PE organization kind of cut Flavor Flav off for walking with Bernie and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so he took a strong stand. So
Crazy stuff.
What do you think about that?
I think it's not cool by the PE people.
Yeah, I mean,
because at the end of the day,
I would have thought it would have been Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie is pro poor people.
Bernie's not a Republican. I mean,
exactly. So that says a lot. That says a lot.
So that's Flavor Flav. So Chris, you know what? We went through the whole month of February, and not one time did we speak about Black History Month.
I want to talk about that.
I think I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and he, I'm actually a little bit behind, but they were talking about Black History Month. One of the things that they did that was pretty cool was that they went around the room and they all said, who's a black person that you think that should be recognized for Black History Month? So I wanted your thoughts, like who are some black people that you think, outside of athletes, just black entrepreneurs or people, inventors that you think were important or have contributed significantly to our society, communities, and so forth?
That's a good question. It would have been even better if you would have gave me a couple of minutes so I don't look like a fucking idiot.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You know what? I'll make it.
Go first.
Somebody that because it's related to what we do. Dave Chappelle. And people that listen is like, well, he didn't really contribute. My thing for him is just that I think he is probably one of the last comedians in terms of still speaking his mind, not conforming to how society is changing, where everything is so PC or we can't say this, and he's finding a creative way to still address the issues of the day and be funny, which I think is extremely difficult.
Okay.
So that's why I recognize David Chappelle for Black History Month.
I'm gonna tell you something about. I'm gonna weigh in on what you just said. I agree with you with David Chappelle, but not for the reasons you just said. I'm gonna agree with you with David Chappelle because David Chappelle went against the system.
Okay.
And he proved that if you stand for what you believe in, it doesn't always. Listen. It's not always gonna be roses and Yeah, but it's gonna and he got rewarded. You know, people destroyed him, and I'm pretty sure it was the machine uh, regarding that he left. I don't know what, $50 million, $30 million on the table. $80 million. He came back. And he got another special coming up too. You know,
I don't think he fully recouped it, but he's on his way though. He's on his way.
With
the two specials, I don't know how much.
He already got a lot more money than he got offered for the Chappelle Show.
It was $80 million he walked away from.
I heard it was 50, but he got 60 for the first comedy special.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, he got
Netflix boy. No, they're printing money.
Yeah. And I would like to give you another person, but before we get into that, I want to tell you about something about Black History Month. They should eliminate it.
I've been hearing that.
They should eliminate it. Why have you been hearing it? You want to let me talk first?
No, go ahead, talk.
They should eliminate it because Black history shouldn't be condensed into 1 month. Black history should be part of American history. And the problem with this is, think about what you just told me now, Chris. You know, Black history, February came and went, and we didn't really touch on the subject. And it'll stop. The conversation about Black History Month will stop. It's already stopped. By the end of this week, nobody else is gonna mention Black History Month because that's a February thing. I think it's so wrong. They have to incorporate Black history into American history because Black history had a large effect in American history.
But this is the thing, though, Chris. Black history is an American history. However, the way it's portrayed, that period is the slavery period. I think what Black History Month signifies is just the positive things that are happening and the contributions. Now I agree with you.
So let's put it in American history. You telling me Martin Luther King shouldn't be in American history?
No, he is. He's one of the greatest civil rights activists
ever. Exactly, but along him, there's a bunch of other people.
No, a lot.
You want to talk about
your Malcolm X, your Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. You got a lot.
If you go deeper, and what I'm saying is that we stop talking about Black History Month, and we forget about it until next year. We make a big hoopla out of it. Oh, it's Black History Month. Fight the power and this and that. No, it should be an all-around year thing. Our kids, our society should be educated on Black history all year round. It should be part. The way they speak about the Indians, the way they speak about. We celebrate White History Month? No, we don't. Why? Because it's White History Year. The whole school year, where our kids are being taught the massacrist, this guy, Christopher Columbus. And by the way, you saw they're trying to change the day, which I agree with. We talk about Christopher Columbus. We talk about George Washington. We talk about. Listen, let's talk about Booker T. Washington. Let's talk about incorporate all this throughout the year and eliminate because you're just compounding it to a month when it should be a whole year. And that's what I think about that.
Whoa! That was a mouthful. Listen, I agree with you, but until that's done, you gotta keep Black History Month. It's just something that I think it has to be reminded. Young people have to know about that. And the way we're moving as a society, racism is still strong, Chris. But I see little gains. And once we get to a point where the history books are inclusive and talk about not only blacks but also Latins and all the people that contributed to American history, then that month should go away. But until you get there, You have to keep it, or else it's something that won't be discussed.
See, the thing is that
Should I be concerned that you're looking at
that right there.
that was that?
That's my motivation. That's that guy right there.
Oh, okay.
That's David Goggins. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck
You're
around.
looking at Half Moon Man.
No, because but the problem with what you're saying, Lou,
Mhm.
the problem with what you're saying is that
If you give it up now, you don't know if you're gonna get it
No,
back
no,
later.
no, 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 no,
That's
no.
what I'm saying. It's like negotiations.
No.
Well, let's get all inclusive,
Oh.
and then we can do away with the month.
you know what? I guess I could agree with you somewhat,
Yeah.
but as long as we got Black History Month, we're not gonna fight for Black History, cause we're content. We're content. We got a month. A month is good. A month is good. We're content. Take that away and watch everybody. No, we don't want February. Take it out the table. We want Black History.
I think you're the right guy to spearhead this.
No,
this
because
campaign.
I got too many skeletons in my closet. But
Oh man. Okay, so we can catch them on.
The next one. It's
Okay.
Great. I want to take this time out. You know what? Let me just. But I want to take this time out to talk about Rafael Cancel Miranda.
Rafael, who is he?
Rafael Cancel Miranda was one of the original freedom fighters, macheteros of Puerto Rico. He just got out of jail. They just let him out. They just let him out a few
years ago, right?
A few years ago. He was one of the. He was one of the. This is when they first.
He was trying to take over a building, right?
I think it was the Congress Capitol building or whatever. Yeah. Not take over. It was just that he was fighting for the independence of Puerto Rico. And if you go back into the Puerto Rico history, man, we've been. Oh my God, it's
still
happening. Sad. It's sad. No, it's still happening because we're under the foot of we got the foot of the neck of the United States on our necks. But you know.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, but a lot of that has to do with the people that we have in power over there. Their pockets are getting fat, and they're selling the people out of the island.
Well, I will not disagree one bit with you now.
And you have hedge fund guys that are buying their debt,
of course,
pennies on the dollar, raping them. So Puerto Rico's going to be in debt forever.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, because at the end of the day, I just won't pay.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
But you got to. No. You have to. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
What's going to happen is
they're just going to capitalize. They're going to take your land. They'll put hotels. Why not?
They can't.
You know what happened in New Orleans during
Katrina?
Yeah.
What happened?
What is that called? It's called Manifest Destiny. Manifest Destiny, where they could take your land or domain. Damn, I forget the fucking name. But the government could take your land. It's not yours. They could come in and take your land. And you don't get a penny, Chris.
I'm talking about the government of Puerto Rico saying we're not going to pay. We're going to stop doing this.
Is it eminent domain? I think it's eminent domain. I think that's what it's called.
Let's find a situation. You know what? What Puerto Rico has to do is file for bankruptcy. There you go. Not pay.
And I think
file for bankruptcy.
And I think they did do that.
No, they didn't do it. They didn't do it because the hedge fund people don't want that. They don't. Listen, Lou. You rather me pay you $1,000 a month on my debt, or you know what? Let's reformat this. I'm gonna give everybody $8 a month, because that's what bankruptcy is. Bankruptcy doesn't mean that you're broke.
No. Well, rich people do all the time.
Exactly.
That means that you're no longer good for credit. You're forfeiting your right for any type of credit. It's like there's like.
And you rearrange your finances.
Exactly, until you get yourself right, and then there's a threshold. There's a waiting period where you could then start building.
Exactly. So that was.
We're actually gonna do that now. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you short.
No. All right. They could say, we're not gonna pay. They could say we're not gonna pay, Oh no, no, we're not gonna pay. I'm sorry, I take that back. They could say they could file for bankruptcy, and let me realign. Let me get my island back on its feet, and not paying. Cause how you gonna? You know how hard, and you could speak on this. You know how hard it is for you to buy your own house while you paying rent. It's hard.
It's super hard.
Exactly.
Super hard.
So if you don't make the right moves, you won't be able to buy that house. If you don't align yourself with the right people, you won't be able to buy that house. And that's as easy as I can put it. What the Puerto Rico government has to do is file for bankruptcy, and from there, um, uh, start fixing their economic bullshit. But you're totally right on what you were saying regarding the government. They've been stealing for the last 50 years. They've been stealing. But I'm going even further back than that. One of our first governors was American, and the massacres.
That doesn't make
and
sense.
of course it doesn't. You know that Puerto Rico is the only U.S. territory that U.S. has bombed? People don't know that. I suggest anybody who's interested in Puerto Rican history, War Against Puerto Rico, the book. Great book. I highly recommend it for everybody. War Against Puerto Ricans.
Hey, do they have that on audio?
They probably do. I'm going to be honest with you. I know this is a funny podcast, but when I'm talking about Puerto Rico, don't joke around.
Hey, we're going to switch gears for a second. We're going to bring on Nate. Nate, he's a personal trainer, and he has a series of gyms, which are called Studio 6.
Yeah.
Fitness gyms. He's going to come on to talk about his program. He's a young Puerto Rican entrepreneur that I'm really happy for him. He's doing some big things.
Love that.
He's actually has celebrities that he trains, and he's actually the son of one of our close friends, Big E.
And subscribers.
Love
you, E.
So we're gonna have I'm sorry, Ann. I called him Nate. Sorry, Ann. We're gonna have him on, and he's gonna actually give us some tips on how to get right for the summer, especially our overweight guys.
Look at the guns. Good. Don't touch. Don't touch my phone.
Hello?
Hey, Ann?
Hey, what's going on? It's Nate. How you doing?
He's changed your name 3 times before introduction, man.
You listen, I'm going to blame your father on that. Because I'm calling you Nate, and for some reason, when he sent me your information, at the end, he put Ant, and I said, I know his name is Nate. I know I'm not bugging out, but never mind. Hey, welcome to Breeze Shooters, Nate.
Maybe he's talking fast or something.
Hey, what's up, brother? Listen, man, so, if you don't know, me and your dad and Chris, we go way back. We played basketball for years, 56th Street Park, Sunset Park.
Busted his ass bunch of times, Nate. You tell him, Big Chris said that.
And I have a lot of love for the big fella. So once I found out that you were doing something, I said, hey, we got to get your son on so he can promote his business. So I know what you have going on in Studio 6. So tell the listeners what Studio 6 is all about, what you're doing, where they can find out more information, and how they could reach you.
Dope, man. All right, so we're on the live now.
Yes.
Dope. Yeah. So Studio 16 is an independent private personal training studio. It's aimed towards privacy. So if you're somebody who just wants to work out and not be bothered by the outside world, then you'll be able to have a trainer over here, and it'll just be you and that trainer, nobody else. So we train pretty high-end clients, but then we also train people who just are super shy and just don't want to wait for equipment or something like that. So that's for the clients. Now for the trainers, if you're a trainer who's like an independent trainer trying to build their business, you're able to rent the space as well to bring your clients in. And what's good about that is that you make the top dollar versus other gyms like Crunch, Equinox, where they actually take 80% of the revenue and then pay the trainer 20% of whatever comes in. At Studio 16, all the trainers here get paid top dollar because we only take a small fee from them for just the rental of the space. On top of that, we offer meal prep programs to our clients. and our trainers. We offer multiple companies, supplement companies for our clients as well, and you get a workout plan. So at Studio 16, you're more so learning how to work out and getting results at the same time versus like when you're training with a trainer from another company, they're just trying to kick your butt as much as possible and just make you sweat. Over here, it's more about teaching you so that it's more of an investment. So you don't really need to train with us for 3 years straight or something like that. Like once you train with us for a small package, you're able to take those tools and work out on your own at any gym you want, Blade, Equinox, or even at home. So that's kind of the business model of Studio 16. The vision that I have for it is more so like I want to be able to franchise this out so that there's Studio 16s all over the place. So it gives trainers opportunities and clients opportunities to be able to train at multiple locations depending on where they go. So let's say they want to move to Williamsburg. Oh, wait, there's a studio there. I want to move here. There's a studio there. So I want to franchise it so that people have opportunities to get into business and also have clients being able to have more locations to train at. So a couple of our clients actually train at every single location that we have. I have one in Park Slope, one in Dumbo, and now we just opened up our third location in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. So I'm pretty excited about that. And looking at Wall Street next. So yeah, we're growing little by little. I come from Brooklyn, Sunset Park, Brooklyn. So just trying to make everybody proud in Brooklyn.
No, hey, brother, listen. This whole podcast is about Sunset Park, Brooklyn, and you just going through that. You bring a smile to my face, because I'm really happy for you, and I wish you nothing but the best. And I think you're onto a really good concept.
That concept is awesome.
I like that. I like that a lot, because me, I'm a curvy guy, so sometimes I like to wear tight-fitting clothes.
How the fuck you call yourself curvy? You just fat, bro. You should.
No,
I could barely hear you. I can't hear you that well. I just heard you say tight clothes.
That's good. You didn't need to hear the rest. But so let me ask you. So is this venture you solo, or you're with a group of guys?
No, so the first 2 locations was just me. I saved up as much money as possible from just personal training. And then I was like, screw it. Let me just, put all my chips in and try to open up the first location. So I did that all alone. Second location, I did the same thing. And the third location is where I'm trying to start going to the franchising route. So I had somebody put in money, a trainer. So he owns 5% of the Hell's Kitchen location. And that was like my test. Like I want him to run Studio 16 Hell's Kitchen himself. I wanted to get to a point where he can run it himself, and it'll be like his location. So he put in some money, but he owns 5%. And I want all the locations going forward to be something similar to that, where I have like a trainer, have the opportunity to actually invest. And I want people who kind of come from where I come from to be part owners as well.
Wow, that's an awesome concept.
It really is awesome, man. It actually, I'm happy, man. I'm happy because we need more of this.
Yeah.
We need more, and because we see these ideas and we see it coming from other people, other races and stuff like that. And I think that it's great that he's doing it. It's great that you're doing it, Nate, and it's also great that we're able to. This is gonna be something big. I wanna make sure I tell everybody about Studio 16.
No, absolutely.
Because it's a great concept, and believe it or not, you're focusing on the masses. The masses don't want. A lot of people don't go to the gym because you know what's funny? The ad from the pizza place that you go to.
Oh, Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness?
Yes.
Yeah, Planet Fitness.
It's called gym intimidation. Because do you feel burning? We went to work out there one time. They don't allow you to grunt or nothing. You can't do nothing. So and there's the masses, like he's focusing on a good group, because a lot of people. You know what? A lot of people don't have time to go to the gym.
And what you find too, a lot of these commercial gyms, they're just overpopulated, and it's like you're waiting for the machine.
Yes.
And it's like, and Nate, from the videos that I did see of your gym, it looks like one of those nice boutique gyms where everything's brand new. It just looks nice, and you just. And you don't have to worry about the long lines. It's like, I want a machine, it's there. And plus, I'm getting the guidance of a personal trainer,
right there,
which is awesome.
A personal one-on-one with nobody else interfering.
So Nate, I'm an average Joe, and I want to go to your gym. How do I go about it? Is this something that I subscribe online, or do I call
Is there a
you?
website? Is there the contact info?
There's a couple ways you can contact us. One is like our website, studio16b as in boy, k as in kite.com. And then you can inquire there. Like you put your information like, hey, this is my fitness goals. This is where I live. This is the location I'm looking for.
Nate,
you can go that route.
Nate, I'm sorry.
Just one of our trainers.
Nate, I'm sorry. Just so we could be on the same. Studio 16, number 16 or the word 16?
Number 16.
Number
so
16.
16. So
Okay.
Studio 16. B as in boy, K as in kite.
Okay.
.com.
Okay, got you. I'm sorry. Continue, brother.
So you go that route if you want us to provide you the trainers. So there's about 30 trainers that are associated with us, and all of our trainers have 3 years plus experience and worked at the most chain gyms, so Equinox, Crunch, and these are all entrepreneurial trainers, and they're very, very good at what they do. Or if you already have a trainer, but you want to just use the space, so you have the privacy, but you already have a relationship with a good trainer, then you'll just have that trainer reach out to us on the website, and then we'll talk to the trainer. So we kind of got to vet the trainers a little bit, like to make sure that they know how to use the equipment, know the rules in here, and it doesn't make sense for the client to have to deal with that kind of conversation. That should be the trainer because it's a business thing. And I just got to make sure all the trainers here know certain rules, know how to be clean, and know how to respect other people's privacy. Because I don't want people to just show up in here random times. Like, it has to be on a Google Calendar. Everything is very, very, like, direct and specific over here for the training, business-wise.
Okay.
And they going back to that average Joe example. So if I'm an average Joe and I go on your website, do I get like a profile on the trainers? Like if I want, let's say if I want to do sports training, could I pinpoint my search to a trainer that specializes on basketball players and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That way, right now, I'm doing it through phone calls. So when you provide your information in this, I send you an email back, or one of the team members sends you an email back, and they'll say like, hey, what time are you available for a phone call? We just want to see what we can do for you. And in that phone call, it's about 15 minutes. We're asking you a bunch of questions about your goals. Do you have experience? What kind of trainers you like? Because there are so many different types of trainers out there, but personality is super important because you're dealing with this person for an hour, sometimes 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So you don't want to be there with somebody that you don't even like. So when I'm talking to the person on the phone, or one of the team members is talking to them on the phone, we can kind of get a sense of what expertise they need in a trainer, what kind of style of person they need in a trainer, and then from there, we set up a free workout with that trainer. It's about 30 minutes, and then that client will be like, yeah, you know what, I can see myself training with this person. Or they say, nah, you know what, let me get another one, and you'll still continuously get free assessments until you find the right trainer. So you can get 30 free assessments. I mean, it's going to be a little annoying because you're going to be asked the same questions during the assessment, but up until you find that perfect trainer for you, you'll just keep getting them for free.
That's great. Okay.
And that's where we like kind of, it's no forcing you to buy sessions or anything like that. You get full refund if you need it. It's very, very calm and chill over here, but we want to make sure that you have the right person with you.
And I guess Nate, the big question that a lot of our listeners want to know: how much would a service like this cost?
You have different packages?
Yeah. So if you want to train with me, it's different because I'm an owner, so the price has changed. But for right now, we're offering a deal $450 for 5 sessions and $800 for 10 sessions. And with those prices, you get a full workout plan, Studio 16 Shaker Cup. You get 30% off of our meal prep program. So that comes out to like $9 per meal as opposed to $12 or $13 per meal. You'll also get 30% off of our supplements that we sell here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are our prices: $450 for 5 sessions, 10 sessions for $800. And yeah, that's usually the average price in the location that we're at. Average price for training is about $100 per session. So we're trying to cut out the middleman, which means we can drop the price a little bit, and then the trainers make most of that money.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
So it's through the website alone? No social media? No email address or something? Anything?
Yeah, you can shoot me an email at studio16b as in boy, k as in kite @gmail.com.
Okay.
my Instagram, my personal Instagram is probably the best way to go, just so that you can kind of see my personality. It's almost like my business card. My Instagram name is at Nate _Fit.
Okay.
And then also, if you're somebody that's kind of looking at opening up your own Studio 16 or your own business, I have a YouTube channel that I literally break down the entire opening process of the Hell's Kitchen location, from the very beginning of the construction to the marketing to the advertising to the grand opening for trainers to the grand opening for clients. You'll see the conversations that I have, all my struggles, and that'll help teach people how to open up their own businesses before they do it.
Give me the name of the
And
YouTube
that
channel,
is-
Nate.
You can just search Studio 16 NYC, and it's all of them should pop up. I'm already up to episode 8, I believe, and I'm gonna just keep posting stuff on there just to try to give out free information to people.
That's awesome. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna subscribe. We're gonna tell our people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. The more followers you get, the better it is. And we're gonna be spreading this information on our social media. Lou is heavy on Facebook. I do Instagram, and of course the podcast and Twitter. We're on Twitter too. So we're gonna definitely. I'm happy. I'm happy for you, Nate. Like I said, I don't personally know you, but your brother and me and Lou, we go back a lot of years, man. And he's a stand-up dude. So I'm very proud of what you're doing, man. I really am.
Hey, Nate.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. Still grinding. I still got a long way to go, but taking these steps and hearing like people tell me that they're like super proud and like they're wishing the best for me, it's like it helps a lot, because to be successful in business, you need to make sure there's people around you that are hustlers, that also giving you good motivation. And so far, it's been helping me a lot.
That's great. Hey, Nate, before I let you go, brother, so anything you could give us overweight old men a little advice on how to get right for the summer?
You must be talking about yourself, because I'm just 3 pounds overweight.
I can give you guys a few tips, but usually it's my clients who first come in here. I say take it day by day. Don't give it 1,000% in the very beginning, because if you do give it 1,000% in the beginning,
okay,
you're 100% gonna stop, and then you're gonna end up binge eating. So the first step I usually give my clients is drink a lot of water. So before you even eat your food, make sure you drink like a cup of water or 2 cups of water. That way your body will know that it's not because you're thirsty that you're eating because you're hungry. Another tip will be, when you're at a restaurant or something like that, don't eat all the food on your plate. I'm Latino, I'm Puerto Rican, so I was raised to literally eat everything on your plate, and if you don't eat everything on your plate, that's disrespectful to the chef.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'd say whenever somebody puts stuff on your plate, take half of it off and put it to go, and those are actual real portions when you take half of it off. And that way, those are little steps right there that will help you succeed. There's 1,000 more little steps, but those 2 right there, making sure you drink water right before you eat, and cutting your portion control, like cutting it to half a plate and then taking it off. Those are 2 ways that'll kind of help you guys out a little bit.
Hey, Nate, thank you for those tips. Much appreciated.
Appreciate
and brother, I wish you continued success. If you have anything new that you ever want to plug, please feel free to hit us up. You have the information. We're going to put your link up. And again, continued success, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I got your number, so we'll text back and forth and figure it out, man.
All right,
Appreciate
brother.
you guys.
Definitely. Take care, Nate.
All right, have a good one. Bye.
Studio 16. That's nice, man. I like to see young guys doing well, man.
110%. I like to see, and I hate to sound, I like to see my people do well. Cause you know what the problem? You know what my main beef with my people is? My main beef with minorities, I'm gonna call them like that, is that we don't help each other.
Absolutely.
We don't support each other, and that's one of the things that I wanted to keep. And luckily for me, you're in the same state of mind. I want to plug anybody I could plug. We have a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, and for the people that I've reached out to, I haven't forgot. We as you see, we're just going. We're trying to get everybody max time. I have a bunch of people that I got masseuses. Justin, we're gonna be calling you soon. Big E, with the dog, the kennel breeding,
okay.
the bully dogs.
Yeah, listen, seriously, utilize this platform.
Yeah.
This is what it's
No,
all about.
that's the thing. They're just waiting for me. So I just want. I don't see that backing that I see with let's just say Chinese, for example. The Chinese, they support their own. You got China. You know how you walk out 8th Avenue. You know how many Chinese bakeries there are? How they stay in business for so many years?
No, yeah, because they're buying from each other.
They're buying from each other, you know, and they support each other. So I'm just happy, and I'm happy for him, and give him all the support we can, and we're gonna put it all over our social media. I love the concept. Great concept.
Great concept. And he's moving along. 3 gyms. A gym in the city is not easy.
Yeah, I know. No,
I mean, but if he would have saw you, you know those prices would have changed, right?
God damn! That's gonna be extra work.
Hey, thank you for joining us on another episode of Breeze Shooters. The love's been great, and like I said earlier, there's been a nice uptick with the subscription. Keep it going. Again, it's all about subscription. Tell a friend, and that's the biggest compliment you can pay us. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Chris.
A lie doesn't become truth. Wrong doesn't become right. And evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by the majority. Let that marinate there, and then get back to me later. Make sure you subscribe.